helicopter parenting or snowplow parenting or whatever kind of over-parenting term the parenting experts are coming up with these days, whatever they call it, is the worst thing you can possibly do to prevent your kid from becoming an adult. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Cool Dad Rules. My name is Bill Adams. Thanks for being here again. And there you're saying as you sit there, what the heck do you know? Who are you to preach to us? Because I was one until like a week ago. Let me give you a little bit of background. In the course of actually 2 weeks, and it's a great example to go by, we, as a family, have moved our 18-year-old daughter into college, and at the same time, helped, this is a key part of the story, helped our 16-year-old buy her first car. A lot going on, right? Those are two big family events, and the emotions that are involved with both, especially the college deal, that's all a big part of this entire thing. And I learned a very, very valuable lesson that I should have known already, that I should have been passing on to you, but I will now. So moving my daughter into college, and everything was great. You know, we're excited about it. She's in the dorm. She's excited. As a parent will do, especially like a dad, we find ourselves doing these kinds of things. You know, you move into a dorm, right? It's not the Ritz-Carlton. It's supposed to be a dorm, I think partly by design. Yeah, you're paying way too much for that kind of thing, and it's not exactly luxurious. But I'm looking around, and one of the things that she had noticed she wasn't too happy about was the shower head in her particular quad unit thing was kind of, it was like old and beaten down. It was bad. It had like a trickle of water in the entire thing. And I caught myself as I'm headed out to the door to try to find in her area, her new area, a local Walmart or Home Depot or Lowe's or something like that, or a Target to find a new shower head for her. I caught myself and I said, why am I doing this? I mean, this is really something she should be taking care of, right? And actually would be great because it would give her an opportunity to, first of all, find out who the RA is in the dorm, meet some more people, work together with her new roommates that we're just moving into to figure out a solution to this entire thing, right? A good opportunity. And in her wisdom, my wife said the exact same thing at the exact same time. Hey, let her do this. Let her take care of this. And I thought, I am a helicopter parent. You know what? After making fun of him for all these years, I am one. And I just caught myself being one. But who could blame us, right? I think it's a parental instinct to try to protect our kids, do the best we can for them. And in that kind of emotional situation, you just want to do as much as you possibly can, right? And you want to know that you're sending your child off to the best situation possible. But it's important. It's important not to do that in all situations. And it was a good life lesson for me. And I started to think about all the times I have been a helicopter parent and all the times that really, I think I probably should have actually let her handle things on her own and both our kids. So I'm feeling good about that. We get home. It's tough when you move a child into college anyway and you start to miss her. We had been on a parenting page. You know, this is popping up on Facebook and the social medias quite a bit, especially during COVID, to try to get some information about testing, moving in, what other parents are saying, dorm recommendations, all that good stuff. So we had just been in contact with, like a Facebook group, a parenting page. And I go by and I read the posts and all that stuff. And just when I was thinking most people will kind of get out of that mode of being helicopter parents, my wife found this post from a parent. This is a real thing, and I wrote this down, and I want to make sure I got the wording on this right. Unbelievable. Just when I was starting to think we're all learning our lesson, right? And not to do this and to let our kids be on their own. Be kids. Be adults. Learn things. Go off to college, right? I wrote this down just to make sure I had it right. One parent posts on there, hey, since so many of our kids are having a tough time meeting people and getting out because of COVID, why don't we drop their numbers here and they can, in private messages, so they can meet up? You got to be kidding me, right? We're back to play dates for the kids like when they were 5. We're really doing this now? This is like a real actual post. And the amount of people that were actually commenting on the thing and doing it, I think it was in the dozens. It might have been in the hundreds. I don't know. It's the worst possible thing you can actually do in an opportunity where they can actually get out there. And whatever happened to, a situation like that being tough? And I get that it's extraordinary circumstances. It's more than probably what any of us went through in a college situation. I mean, it stinks. There are restrictions there. It's tough for kids to go through this kind of thing with limited class, limited opportunities. And even in my daughter's case, there's a lot that she can't even do on campus and a lot of kids can't do. It's tough. It's really tough. An extraordinary circumstance. But won't they come out of this stronger and better and smarter and probably with better people skills if we stay out of it? Because guess what? They can do it, and we can let them do it. And when I saw that, I thought, boy, I tell you what, I really start to feel sorry for the kids that are going to be parented this way throughout the entire thing. And I also had a little bit of a fear because I would imagine there's got to be some rebellion there involved, too, with the kids who actually have their parents setting up play dates for them. How embarrassing is that? Have we forgotten what it's like to be 18 years old? Hey, yeah, your mom gave me your number. How's that going to go? That's going to be a tough situation for a kid. So I think it just cemented in me what we're actually doing, and I think we're the worst at this in trying to protect our kids. And again, it all comes from a good place. I think it all comes from trying to protect our kids and give them the best we possibly can, not fully realizing that we're actually hurting them in the process. Now, I'll compare this to the other situation I explained within the past 2 weeks that we're going through in our family. With our 16-year-old buying her first car, 16, with a lot of money she has saved up on her own, which is an awesome thing. We're very proud of that. Absolutely, we're stepping in and test driving with her and driving her to dealerships and trying to look up certain cars for her and explaining certain things to her. Very, very, very involved with the process because that's where it's called for, right? That's where you actually do have to step in and be a parent because she doesn't have the experience or probably the ability to get all these places on her own and do the complete experience on her own. That's the extreme opposite. So in the past 14 days, I've lived both of those experiences. And there is a difference between being the helicopter, snowplow, whatever parent you want to talk about, who's doing too much, you're over-parenting, and then somebody who actually needs to step in that situation, especially when the kid is doing his or her part on their own, too, to be able to do that. So I came down with this. Here's the test. How do you determine, are you that helicopter parent I was? Are you? Here's a test, and it's just, I think it's something we can all use. Let's just boil it down to this. Ask yourself 2 questions. In any situation where you think you want to step in, you're not really too sure, you want to be there involved, you want to just kind of take over the entire situation as a parent, ask yourself this before you do. Do they have the ability and the experience to take care of this situation? And if they do, will it in any way improve their life? Will it give them a new life skill? Do they have the ability and experience to handle this situation on their own safely? And if they do, will it improve their life in any way and give them a new life skill? If so, I think that's how you know. I think that's what I've learned in this whole thing, and that's what we can all learn on this thing, to step back a little bit, obviously. And I know it's tough, believe me. It is tough, but it's never been more important. All right, thanks for hanging out with me on the Cool Dad Rules. Hey, by the way, check out the contact pages for both the CoolDadRules.com, which you may be watching this on, or the Facebook page, too, or if you're even listening on the podcast, for comment sections, because what I want to turn this into, and I think we have the ability to do it now with an audience, is to make this more of an interactive forum and kind of like a community for all these different things. You come up with an issue, I try to come up with my solutions, ridiculous or not. We all try to come up with things together. So that's going to be definitely a thing in the direction in which this goes. So thanks for hanging out with me. Don't be a helicopter parent. You can do this, but you're awesome. We'll talk to you next time.